is, April 4th, day 17. Making my way to Fontana Dam. It's supposed to rain starting tomorrow. Gotta find a place to set up camp tonight. I did not sleep well last night. I had a bit of an incline on the base of my tent, and I kept sliding downhill. That wasn't horrible, but I also had to inflate my thermarest pad twice, and I'm hoping it's not because it's a leak. I'm hoping because when I went to bed it was like 60, 65, and it got really cold at night, so I think the warm air contracted. So the real thing is, I'm in bed, right? Everybody's in bed sleeping and snoring. I can hear them all over the mountainside. And I'm hearing something traipsing in the woods. And I figured it was the guy down below me dropping a deuce, but it was going on too long. And it sounded like it was getting closer, like towards the bear bag hang that I had. I'm like, are those mothers trying to jump up there and grab at it? So I tried to zip up on one side of the tent, didn't see anything. Then finally I just said, I gotta get out and see if they're like ripping. I had this vision, they're ripping my bag apart, my food bag. I go out there and my food bag looks fine, but like 15, 20 yards beyond it, I see at least 3 sets of eyes with my headlamp on. So I was like, shh, get out of here. And they kind of were startled and they jumped back. And I did it again. And they kind of took off a little. Seemed like they went up the ridge. Go back to my tent and try to fall asleep. Now I'm having nightmares that they're actually outside my window. And I think I even got up again or shouted again because they kept sounding like they were in the area. They must have hung around and went up they left from behind my tent and went up and around, and I thought they were going to come back down the other side and through where everybody else was camping, and it sounded like they were getting close, but they kind of tailed off. One lady had a dog, so maybe that spooked them. So I had my first bear sighting. Well, eyes of bears, at least 3 sets. So I don't know if it was a bunch of cubs, a mom and the cubs. I don't know what they were doing. I tried to look for signs this morning of scrapings or something. I don't know what's going on. Maybe one of the guys below me had a barrel, a bear canister, and they were rolling it around. It kind of sounded a bit like that. Anyway, I'll show that right now. So it's like late evening, early in the morning. And I heard a bunch of rummaging outside, close to my bear bag. I heard it a while ago and then I heard it again. I'm like, man, those motherfuckers got into my bag. I went out there and I see my bag hanging. I had my headlamp on and there was nothing under my bag, but I look in the distance and there's at least 3 sets of eyes wandering around. So I was like, yeah, get out of here. Shoot. And I like charged at them with my light on and they kind of took off a little bit. Nobody else in camp woke up or heard them. And then they went up the hill and there's got to be 1, 2, 3. There's got to be 12 or 13 campers here in a very small space. And all the bags are handed and the barrels are laid. I don't know what's going on. Fucking bears. I wasn't letting them get in my bag. I went out there like, get the hell out of here. It's 11:30. I can still hear them rummaging out there. They're not going away. So I got a couple questions, my comments on YouTube about how my poop schedule has been. Well, it's day 17, and if you really want the gory details, when I'm in the woods, it's been regular. Usually when I go on vacation somewhere or it's odd hours or jet lag, I experience a little bit of delay. Out here, not so much, but I'm also trying to be careful because I don't want to end up with the roids. However, when I have been going to the bathroom for the first couple weeks, with one exception, which I'll get to shortly. It's been relatively Hershey squirtish, you know, not a high volume or high intensity. In the hotels, however, when I'm loading up on salads or coleslaws or whatever I can get in me that resembles roughage, it's explosive diarrhea like I'm used to at home. However, this morning after my first Mountain House lasagna meal, lasagna with meat sauce, man, I felt fine all night. Didn't have that rush to the bathroom feeling, but when I got up, I went straight to that cat hole that I had dug the previous evening, and man, that was a cow pile. I filled that 8-inch hole solid. I even hit it, thank God, because there was no pushing it. So for those of you who are interested, there you go. It's business as usual out here. Sticklewa Gap. I'm dying. I'm dying. I envy everybody who's got injured and tapped out. I think I've about had it. I underestimated today's hike. I thought I'd be cruising to close to Fontana Dam, and I'm slogging, man. Must have had the scale wrong on far out. Plus, I feel like throwing up this fucking pickled hot dog I ate. So this is one of the first times I've ever stopped for a break midday. Usually I eat and walk, but I stopped to water up, and I'm dragging today. I almost don't feel well. I was not expecting those climbs first thing this morning. But I watered up. I made myself some Pedialyte grape, which tastes like heaven. I took 2 Advil. I'm actually just going to sit and take a break for a second and regroup. I've got this grass-fed beef jerky that Rachel gave me before the trip even started that I've been clinging to, that I broke into. I think I know what's wrong. Those bears had me up all night, and I didn't get a good rest. And I woke up and asked anybody else if they heard them, and they're like, "Oh no, oh they're just dogs, you know." So everybody slept like a baby, and I'm up there shooing the bears away so they don't take my food or anybody else's or start trampling through camp. Everybody's welcome. Jesus Christ. Oh no, they're just dogs, you know. Just let them do whatever. Oh, all right. Steal my shit. So I'm just tired, and I had myself psyched that it'd be an easy day, and it's far from easy, and it's hot and dry, which this is probably an adjustment as well. All right. Oh, that Pedialyte and beef jerky and sitting in the sun for a second. That made a big difference. Now you're probably all thinking I'm just a big pussy because of those bears. I wasn't afraid of the bears, or I wouldn't have gone out there and fucking confronted them. I was afraid of them getting my bag down somehow, either by using their sharp little talons to scratch at the tie off, or jumping up and down on each other's backs and pulling that thing down. Of course, you know, when you're half in and out of sleep, you're envisioning all kinds of things. And I saw mice dancing on my top of my bag when they pulled it down. You know, the whole world was caving in right before my eyes, and everybody was just snoring away. I think that was the most irritating part of it. What do I got to be? I got to watch out for everybody while I'm at the camp too. Well, I just cameled up, filled with water for the campsite should I find one, and got to this gap down here, and I saw a van set up, and people sitting in lawn chairs in a cooler. And I was like, maybe they're just chilling by the highway. Hey, Trail Magic here, we got beer. I'm like, say no more. So I had a Miller Lite and a chocolate chip cookie. Thank you very much. That was very enjoyable. And they gave me some tips on where to resupply in Fontana and such at the marina and so on and so forth, and how to call shuttles. So I appreciate that. Oh, damn, I forget their names. I remember the girl's name, little girl, Sadie. I had trail brain. I'm trying to remember everybody's names. It's just getting to be a lot out here. All right, I'm a mile to Cable Gap tent site shelter. I'm gonna guess it's full. Cable Gap.